Good morning, and a warm welcome to your show, Sunny Mornings San Francisco. I'm your host, Melissa, and it's Monday, March 30th. You'll be interested to know, 184 years ago, today in 1842, a physician in Massachusetts administered ether to a patient for the first general surgical procedure, allowing pain to be abolished during an operation and marking a humane breakthrough in medical care. This achievement transformed surgery by demonstrating that anesthesia could make complex procedures tolerable and safe, sparking rapid adoption of new methods and saving countless lives worldwide. So now you know. And now, it's time for the Surf Report. Monday at Ocean Beach. This morning it's looking clean with 2+ feet waves rolling in. Conditions stay fair throughout the morning, holding at 2 to 3 feet until noon. By early afternoon, expect some chop as the wind picks up to 10 miles per hour. Waves will remain around 2 to 3 feet into the evening, with the wind staying onshore. Best time to ride is at 7 a.m. with a 4-foot incoming mid-tide, when the west-northwest swell is 3 feet at 8 seconds, and the onshore wind is 6 miles per hour. The first high tide on Monday will be 5.5 feet at 10:30 a.m., followed by a 0-foot low tide just after 4:30. The nearshore buoy in San Francisco Bar reads 55 degrees for the water temperature. Expect 2 to 3 feet on Tuesday with clean conditions early, though choppy later in the day as winds pick up. Wednesday remains consistent at 2 feet, but becomes choppy with increasing winds. Thursday sees a significant swell rise to 4 to 6 feet, though conditions stay choppy throughout, making it challenging for most surfers. This morning, it's partly sunny, and it feels like 55 degrees, with 6 miles per hour wind. The sunset will take place at 7:31, and it will rise again tomorrow at 6:56. It looks like we're in for some mostly cloudy skies today, with a high around 60 and a mild breeze. Tonight, expect continued mostly cloudy conditions, with a low of 56 and light winds picking up a bit. Looking ahead in the weather. Tuesday will be mostly cloudy with a chance of rain and a high near 60, with a west-southwest breeze near 7 to 10 miles per hour and spotty amounts under 1/10 of an inch into Tuesday night. Rain becomes likely Wednesday with highs near 60 and lows dropping into the upper 40s Wednesday night before skies turn sunnier Thursday and Friday with highs climbing to near 63 and nights in the low 50s. Bonjour, food enthusiasts. This podcast is brought to you by Versailles Cafe and Pastries in Encinitas. Nestled on El Camino Real South, just north of Encinitas Boulevard, this cafe is a haven for culinary delights. Indulge in their amazing Eggs Benedict or their gluten-free crepes. You can grab a panini for lunch or just breeze on through to get your morning coffee. They are open every day from 8 to 5. So stop on by and don't forget to tell them Sunny Morning sent you. In local news, California's coastal ocean is experiencing a rare trend, and what happens next could be critical. On the last day of winter, the ocean off Southern California reached a striking threshold, with sea surface temperatures at Scripps Pier in La Jolla hitting 71 degrees, the warmest March reading in the station's history. This was not an isolated spike, as daily records were broken for several consecutive days. Experts, including Art Miller from the Scripps Institution of Oceanography, indicate that a strong marine heatwave is forming, and the upcoming weeks will be crucial in determining its ecological and meteorological impact. Now on to sports. In a weekend steeped in history, the Huskies marched from 19 points down to create an NCAA tournament masterpiece. UConn defeated Duke 73-72 in a game that defied belief from start to finish. Huskies coach Dan Hurley praised the team's fortitude, saying, "We fought, we clawed, and put ourselves in position to take advantage of a mistake." Freshman guard Braylon Mullins made a legendary shot that did not even graze the rim, sealing the comeback with just 0.4 seconds left. UConn's victory not only advanced them to the Final Four, but also marked a significant achievement in college basketball history. In local sports, Denver rolled the Warriors last night at Ball Arena, 116-93, leaving Golden State fighting for their playoff life. The Dubs sit 10th in the West at 36-39, a half game ahead of Portland with 8 left to play. Without Steph Curry sidelined by a knee injury, they couldn't keep pace. Speaking of injuries, Moses Moody is done for the season after knee surgery, and Curry won't be back before April 3rd at the earliest. Coach Steve Kerr is not rushing him back, not with the play-in already clinched and 10 games on the clock. The Warriors host the second-seeded Spurs Wednesday night at Chase Center, starting a 5-game homestand. San Antonio brings Victor Wembanyama and his 24-point average, so Golden State is got their work cut out for them. Meanwhile, over at Petco Park tonight, the Giants travel south winless at 0-3 to start a 3-game series against the Padres. First pitch is 6:40. Logan Webb figures into the rotation matchup. Willie Adames crushed 30 homers last season, the first Giant to hit that mark since Barry Bonds in 2004. Down in San Jose, the Sharks host the Blues at 7. San Luis brings a 4-game win streak, but Macklin Celebrini and San Jose get a home crack at bouncing back. In top news, new research suggests the body may limit how many calories you burn during a workout, helping explain why weight loss is often smaller than expected. The logic feels airtight. Move more, burn more, weigh less. However, for many people, the math never quite adds up. In controlled studies, exercise often results in less weight loss than calorie models predict. Even with aerobic activities like walking, jogging, and cycling, most lose an average of 3.5 pounds over 6 months. This modest return for significant effort has puzzled researchers for a long time. Part of the answer may be that working out can increase hunger, making it easier to consume calories. Experts are also investigating a more counterintuitive phenomenon. An analysis suggested that people only burned about a third of the extra calories their workouts theoretically required. In other words, a run that should have burned 500 calories only added around 165 calories to the daily budget. The body seems to compensate for increased physical activity by reducing energy spent elsewhere. In business news, why the cost of your coffee has soared is a pressing question for many consumers. Fans of Reverie Roasters Bone Shaker Espresso Blend are experiencing sticker shock as coffee prices continue to rise. For years, a 12-ounce bag cost $15, but as of last spring, it increased to $17. Next month, Reverie's owner, Andrew Gove, plans to raise the price again to $18. Factors like tariffs, crop failures, and rising labor costs are driving these increases. Despite recent dips in commodity coffee prices, concerns about the Iran war are pushing them up again. In crypto movement, Bitcoin is down 5.5% over the weekend to about $66,000. Ethereum is down 7% to $2,000. And XRP is down 8% to $1.33. Moving on to a more local vibe. In our community spotlight on health and wellness, we are working with a national Pilates studio to bring you some free classes, so listen up. Check out Club Pilates, with several locations in the San Diego area. Pilates presents a comprehensive wellness approach, cultivating strength, reducing tension, and elevating mental well-being. Scientific research affirms its benefits. So now you can check out Club Pilates for a free class, with locations in Encinitas, Solana Beach, Oceanside, La Jolla, and more. Just be sure to tell them Sunny Morning sent you by. And now, back to the show. Let's talk tech. Your body is betraying your right to privacy. Attachment to smart devices and biometric surveillance leaves Americans more vulnerable to police searches than ever. Unchecked, it will only get worse. The adage "know thyself" resonates in the digital age. Today, smart devices monitor your heartbeat, blood pressure, exercise habits, and more. This Internet of Bodies offers insights about your quantified self. Millions of Americans wear smartwatches reminding them to stand and breathe. These devices track bodily activity, which can help police if necessary. The data we produce is increasingly valuable. And in entertainment news, the Apple TV psychological thriller Imperfect Women, based on Araminta Hall's novel of the same name, is a twisted, sinister tale of friendship and the facades people build to prevent others from looking too closely. Utterly compelling, the series places a microscope on the lives of three longtime friends, forcing them to reflect on each other and the deception simmering just below the surface. Set in Los Angeles and its surroundings, Imperfect Women begins with a devastating event as Eleanor, played by Kerry Washington, is summoned by the police to identify the body of her best friend, Nancy, portrayed by Kate Mara. Well, alrighty folks, it's time for the quote of the day. And today, our quote comes from the American author and philosopher, Henry David Thoreau. And he said, "What lies behind us and what lies ahead of us are tiny matters compared to what lives within us." And that's a wrap for this morning. You can check out our Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok for some captivating aerial videos with local news and the surf reports. Have an amazing day, my good friends. We'll see you tomorrow with another episode of Sunny Morning San Francisco.